The Region 9 crown returns to Wasatch County, but which teams get to wear it? Also, senior Tanner Wagstaff gives the keys to success for retaining the 5A state title. And finally, which underclassmen are we here on the Scoreboard expecting to see at the next level? All that and more right now on the Scoreboard. Well, Friday is the day here, folks. Welcome into the Scoreboard. Welcome to Friday, and that means we have got a whole lot of stuff to talk about here on the show. We're very excited to have you along with us, whether you're joined us here on PCTV or on our website, thescoreboardnation.com. We're always happy to have you with us. Now, the first thing we want to do here on the show, this Friday episode, is paint the playoff picture for you. Try to say that 5 times fast, as well as we can. Now, we are still in that lull period where some spring sports are finishing up here in the next few days, and some teams already have their playoff fate, whereas boys soccer, we're still kind of waiting on that, as well as a couple of others. We know that the state tournament for track and field is coming up very soon. We're still waiting on boys and girls lacrosse playoff pictures, but we do still have some champions that we need to crown and that we need to talk about today on the show. But in this first segment, let's talk a little bit about that playoff picture. As we mentioned, now the two we're going to focus on today, softball and baseball. As you know, we've got still a handful of teams in our area still alive in the playoffs. One of them is South Summit Wildcats. We want to give them a special good luck as they have their second round playoff game here in the coming days. We wish Coach Bowen, as well as the rest of the ladies, the best of luck. As far as our 5A teams, Wasatch and Park City, that playoff picture is still being painted. We are not going to be seeing some of our teams play for just a little while, namely Wasatch High School. Let's talk about them first. Just a couple days ago, Blake and I got to go down to Heber City and interview Andrea Sweat, one of the best pitchers in the state, who's committed to go play for Salt Lake Community College. She and the rest of the Wasps have got about 2 weeks between their final region game that they played on Monday to their next playoff game that they're going to be playing a week from today. And again, there's still a whole lot that needs to happen. They're either going to be facing off against Skyline, against Brighton, or against Orem. Those are 3 teams that they have not faced all year, and Andrea Sweat said that that's a little bit of a positive, actually. We'll have that interview for you next week on the Scoreboard, but that's what the fate looks like for the Lady Wasps. Let's head over now to baseball. Let's talk a little bit about the fate when it comes to the Wasatch baseball team. They still have a handful of games to be played, and a lot of things have shook out just in the last 48 hours that have sort of sealed their playoff picture. So let's take a look at it. As far as Wasatch coming in at the 13 seed, so the final RPI, UHSAA deemed them the number 13 team in 5A when it comes to baseball. They have got a few days left before their first playoff game. They do have a bit of a first round bye. Playoffs are kind of interesting. The first round is technically a play-in round to see if you do get into the playoffs, but we're still postseason regardless. Wasatch will face either Northridge or Alta, both of them above the 20 seed mark. So Wasatch will still be a favorite in that game. And like I mentioned, looks like they do still have a couple of days. May 14th and 16th is when we will see that 3-game series take place. So Saturday and Monday, we will be sure to get down to Heber City if we can make that happen. So best of luck to both of the Diamond teams down at Wasatch High School. Like I mentioned, unfortunately, we don't necessarily have the playoff picture yet when it comes to boys and girls lacrosse at Wasatch or at Park City. That is still another huge sport that we're going to be talking so much about here very, very soon. Now, let's talk a little bit about Park City here, another 5A team. As we mentioned, 5A has already been set in stone when it comes to postseason play. So let's talk a little bit about the softball team for Park City. They unfortunately do not have a bye that first round. They are going to have to play in that playoff game, and that will be against Tooele. And we wish them the best of luck. That game actually taking place here very soon, in the next few hours actually. So we want to wish Park City the best of luck getting to the first round of the playoffs via this very difficult play-in game. If we put things side by side, Tooele lost to Wasatch, so that kind of paints a little bit of a picture for you as far as how difficult this game will be for Park City girls. But either way, we wish them the best of luck. Now, as far as the baseball side, not only will they be able to sit back and watch the play-in round, but they will face the winner of either Provo, Maple Mountain, or Viewmont. The good news is for Park City is that they've already faced off against a couple of those teams, especially Provo, and all of them mainly local. So again, we will have to wait for about a week to see who our Park City boys baseball team faces off against, but that is what the playoff picture looks like when it comes to our outdoor diamond sports. Now, we're all done with playoffs for those two sports, but as we mentioned, so much more left to come. Like we said, we've got state track meet here in the next few days. We've also got boys and girls lacrosse playoffs that still need to be set in stone, still need to be organized. So we'll have all that for you next week on the Scoreboard. But don't go anywhere. When we come back, we are talking to Owen Erker, the newest Region 9 champion for boys lacrosse. Wasatch High School clinching that title just a few hours ago.
The Scoreboard is proudly sponsored by Andrea Cox Mortgage. Welcome to First Rate Mortgage.
My name's James, and I've been in the market for mortgages several times over the years, so I've gone through the process with different people. And when I met Andrea, she explained to me why my current loans were subpar and how she could get better loans with better rates.
If I had to describe Andrea in one word, I think I would use the word passionate. She is very passionate about what she does and getting the right solutions for her clients, and that made her an absolute pleasure to work with.
Hi, I'm Andrea Cox. You can reach me at 435-631-9262. Call me, text me, or you can reach me at my website, andreacoxmortgage.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back into the Scoreboard. First things first, and speaking of first place, we want to talk about the Wasatch boys lacrosse team clinching the boys lacrosse Region 9 region title just a couple of days ago. Blake O'Ruling got to catch up with one of the stars of Wasatch boys lacrosse, Owen Erker. Let's send it over to him.
Hey everyone, right now we are hanging out with Owen Erker, the senior over at Wasatch High School. And Owen, with this win today over Provo, you are now the region champions. How do you guys feel?
It feels pretty great. It's something that, going into the season, it was a goal of ours. And with every opponent, we kept thinking in the back of our minds, win this game, but region's where we got to go. And then, but now it's just another stepping stone for us, but we feel pretty good.
And Owen, it's really amazing. I mean, the season started off and you were 2-6. You're now on an 7-game winning streak, I apologize. And now you have a winning record. You're first in region. How do you feel and how does the team feel going into the playoffs?
We feel pretty good. The wins are definitely a boost going into the playoffs, but it's something that we got to just, we win and then we got to let it go and focus on the opponent in front of us. And really we focus on these games to keep our team play up and not be so selfish, but we feel pretty good.
Speaking of that, it seemed like there might have been a little bit of frustration from your head coach, Kevin Wallace.
So guys, let's cheer on our seniors, but we got to be ready to play better in the second half, all right?
It's a little bit of free play, not a whole lot of setup on the offense. Was there something that was going on the offensive side that kept the team from playing a little bit more recklessly maybe than they usually do?
So going into it after halftime, we were feeling pretty confident, and some numbers started to float around. Who has a goal, who doesn't have a goal. Yeah. Trying to play a little bit, get everybody a chance to put the ball in the back of the net. But when you start playing selfish and thinking about that goal, oftentimes you find yourself playing unorganized and just dropping the ball. And so we had to recuperate, regroup, and then get back together, and we got our stride in the late in the third and fourth.
Well, a 17-2 victory and a whole lot of long pole assists. Can you give a little bit of a shout out to some of those long poles that did so well there at the end of the fourth quarter?
Definitely. Some of my great buddies, Gavin and Hayden, I know they had some great goals, and it's good to see them put a smile on their face and the ball in the back of the net.
It's your last game potentially here at the high school, and you have had a long career here at Wasatch High School itself. What is maybe one word that you would give to kind of accumulate everything that this high school and what this lacrosse program has done for you?
It's kind of hard to put it all into one word, but I guess if I had to summarize it, it would just be bliss. I've really had no bad experiences with any of the coaches that I've had, with any of the teammates. And just being able to play with my brother has been one of the best things of my entire life and something I'll never forget, and I can't be more grateful.
Yeah, could you expand a little bit on that? What is it going to be like leaving your brother, but what has it been more so to actually play with him for a couple of years?
Well, he's my best friend in the whole world, so it's super hard. It's going to be really difficult, and we've always been very close and on and off the field, and I feel like it's given us kind of chemistry on the field, and I'm going to miss him a lot.
Yeah. And speaking of siblings and other great players, your sister is a scoring machine. I mean, she is amazing. What are some of the things that you could say about your sister and the performance and the season she's having right now as a junior?
I could not say enough nice things or amazing things about her. Her stats speak for themselves, but she has just played unbelievable with so much grit and tenacity, and it's so cool to see her become the player and the woman that she is.
Yeah. Well, he is Owen Erker. The lights turned off, so it seems like it might be time for us to pack it all up. Owen, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Owen, congratulations. Not only a senior, not only a captain, not only a leader of this team, but now he can call himself a Region 9 title holder. The state tournament, again, just a few days away, so we wish the Wasatch Wasps the best of luck. Coming up, we are sticking with Wasatch boys lacrosse, but this time we're going to hear the side of the coach, Kevin Wallace, and a little bit different of an airspace. We'll be right back.
Located in sunny San Diego, just steps from one of the most prestigious beaches in California. I'm Stephanie J. This is the Opulent Minute. Located just a half a block to La Jolla Shores Beach, this property has amazing outdoor space, which includes a large deck off the living room and decks off each bedroom. The jacuzzi on the back patio is perfect for relaxing in after a long day at the beach. I'm here with Andres, the owner of Dinner with a Chef. Tell us a bit about the services that you offer.
We offer personal chef experiences for any occasion where you're able to enjoy your guest while leaving the rest to us.
For more information, visit opulentvacations.com. The open, contemporary design, complete with marble flooring and modern appliances, make this the ultimate luxury beach accommodation. Opulent Vacations' signature concierge service is included with every reservation. I'm heading down to the beach to soak up some sun. Thanks for watching the Opulent Minute. Book now at opulentvacations.com.
Now, when a team wins a region title, that is a sign of a lot of different things. Hard work, teamwork, as well as great coaching. We already got to hear from Owen Erker, the senior, the captain over at Wasatch, and newest Region 9 region champs. But this time, let's hear what it took to get that sealed victory against Provo just a couple days ago.
The gritty? It's the dance move. Let's go, let's go!
You can gritty for me right now, Coach?
Yeah, I could. Mac Jones did. If it looks like we're going to win the face, then you step on for Caden. Otherwise, you step on. Okay? Listen for the countdown. Count it down from 10. Nice job.
Number 30, Cutter.
Nice job, Cutter! I mean, you look at it, plus we got still a bunch of people over there. It's a good day. Oh. Look up, look up, look up, look up, look up! Second line, you guys are up. Second line, you guys are up with 20 seconds, okay? So if you get in, you're going right away. All right. That's a clean play! Oh! Yeah! Cole with the assist! Attaboy, Cole!
Hey, Coach Kevin Wallace, we appreciate you hopping on the mic for us for about 2 hours. I know that your job is stressful enough, but to get to hear everything that you're saying and sometimes even thinking is just more and more fun for us. If you'd like to see more mic'd up segments, you can email us at brigham@parkcity.tv or blake@parkcity.tv or reach out to us on Instagram. We love mic'ing up coaches, players. We've got more mic'd up segments coming your way. But when we come back, which underclassmen do we here on the Scoreboard expect to see excel even in the college ranks? Stick around.
Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa, and I've been working in the field of psychiatry for over 20 years. Given that so many patients are resistant to many treatment modalities, I began learning about a procedure called TMS, or transcranial magnetic stimulation. In my clinical experience, I've run into several patients who are treatment resistant to some of the modalities that we currently use to treat depression, anxiety, and so many other things. That's why I learned more about TMS. TMS is a non-invasive treatment that treats specific regions of the brain involved in mood, anxiety, and thinking abilities. And I love that TMS is well tolerated by most individuals and has very few side effects. My mission as a doctor is to walk with you towards your unique wellness goal. Contact our office to learn more and find out if TMS is right for you.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Brigham Harris here for the Scoreboard. We've got Blake O'Rulian on the set. This is usually
a little bit of competitive banter.
A little recipe for disaster, we like to call it. But today, we usually do trivia. We've done some back and forth banter, like you said. Today, we're kind of going to be collaborating on an idea of how talented really the Wasatch back is. We talk about our 4 schools all the time. We've talked about so many stellar senior athletes who are going to be taking their talents to the next level. And today we're kind of going to be talking about that with a little bit of a twist.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of athletes who we've talked about on the Scoreboard. I mean, there's well over a dozen of them. A couple of them, Gibson Walton. We've got Indy Jones. We've got Luke Verchok over at Park City High School. Lots of different athletes that are going to a lot of different schools. But who is that next generation that's going to come, step up, and then get college offers maybe next year that we can announce here on the Scoreboard in a couple of months? Next fall and so on. So, I mean, I'm very excited about it. We've got a couple different people that we have from different schools that we're going to be talking about from Park City, North Summit, South Summit, and Wasatch. And to kick things off, Brick, do you have one for Park City?
Absolutely. You know, graduation is the name of the game when it comes to high school sports. We talk about all these seniors that are graduating in just a couple of weeks, even a couple of days maybe. And we're going to be really sad to see him go, but graduation means a lot of different things. So today we're talking about juniors graduating to a higher level and potentially taking their art, their skill to an even higher level in about a year's time from today. So like you mentioned, kicking things off with Park City, we mentioned and we have spoken to Paxton Mobley a few times on the show. The reason I give you the little Sports Center ad lib there is because the young man not only has the outfielding ability, not only has the hitting ability, he's batting well above 300 on the season. He had an incredible Sports Center catch against Murray at home in a 10-1 victory a couple weeks ago. Not only that, but he leads the team center fielder. He's got that leadership mentality. But you almost forget every time, this kid's a junior. He is in 11th grade and he's still got another year to progress with this young team at Park City. He's got a head coach in David Fiesler who is all about progression, all about, you know, growing the talent within the young man. So very, very shocked I would be to not see Paxton Mobley play college baseball somewhere in a little bit over a year and a half from now.
And not only that, but I mean, he continues to stay atop of the leaderboards when it comes to home runs, when it comes to batting average. He has so many points to his game that makes it almost insane to think that he wouldn't play collegiately. So that is Paxton Mobley. I'm going to go with, over at South Summit, I'm going to say Riggin Boger. Now, Riggin Boger has a whole lot of different reasons to be one of the top prospects coming into this next year as a senior. He has 3 state titles under his belt already. He's going into his senior year, and he will be one of under 20 people who have ever won the state title 4 years in a row. And not only all of that, but Riggin has also been under the supervision and under the coaching of Cole Sanderson, who comes from the greatest wrestling family of all time in the Sandersons, Cale Sanderson, along with Cole and many others. So I would have to say that with Cole under his wing, with 4 years of state titles under his belt, it is something that I think is almost a given that we will see Riggin Boger someday over at some college capacity competing as a collegiate wrestler.
You know, usually I give you some banter, I give you some rebuttal, reasons why I disagree. I'm going to give you 2 reasons why I absolutely agree with you on that. Anytime you've got a high school student who is making history, like you mentioned, if he wins that state title next year as a senior, you mentioned he enters into a pool of very select individuals when it comes to high school wrestling. So anytime you're a part of that tight-knit group, we're going to see you at the next level, no doubt. The second reason why I absolutely agree with you is because Riggin Boger, you see a lot of high school athletes, you know, they have other hobbies. You see them post to their social medias, oh, I'm on 4-wheelers, or I'm out doing other stuff, playing other sports, if you will. We cover a lot of multi-sport athletes. Riggin Boger has been all wrestling all his
whole
life. I mean, this guy, the legacy runs down from his parents, runs down from siblings, cousins. Like, Riggin Boger is a wrestler. So to see him give up after a year, after 1 more year from now and 4 state titles, there's no shot, in my opinion.
His dad wrestled.
His brothers all wrestle. As you mentioned, his cousins. He comes from a family of wrestlers. It's in his blood. It's something that he loves to do. And so I really can't see a world where he is not one of those people that we talk about. And just to mention, Riggin might be one of the biggest stories that we cover next year, considering if he does win this 4th state title. This is going to be unheard of. First time in a very, very long time that someone has done this in the state of Utah. So with that, I think you got Wasatch next. Is that correct?
That's true. Let's talk a little bit about, we've gone PC to Camas. Let's head up to Heber City a little bit. Someone who we have covered several times on this show and who is in mid-season right now is Grace Erker, the junior. Girls lacrosse team, probably their best player right now, and as, again, an 11th grader, that's sort of the basis of this whole conversation. You know, we've got seniors graduating in a couple weeks. Grace Erker still has all summer. She's got all fall, all of winter to practice for her senior season that's coming up. And this girl is outstanding. Comes from the East Coast, where lacrosse is born and bred into every cell of your DNA, if you will. And Grace Erker is no exception to that criteria. She is averaging 5 goals a game, which is among the very best that we have to offer here in the Wasatch back. But not just that, we spoke to her in an interview, and she has the leadership qualities. She's got the everything that you look for in a senior captain, which again we'll be very shocked to see her not get that next year, if you will. Trish Miller had only great things to say about Grace, and again, Grace comes from a lacrosse family. Her older brother plays for the boys team, so kind of similar to Regan Boger. This is in her DNA. This isn't a hobby. This isn't something she does for fun. This is her legacy, and not only will she go down as one of the best Wasatch girls lacrosse players, but I, again, would be very shocked to not see her play D1 or just below that.
I'm going to take it away with North Summit.
Let's go.
And the North Summit pick that we're going to say is similar to Ava Kimchi. You don't need to be a junior turning a senior to get a collegiate offer. I think Chesley Langston is going to be one of those people who gets a collegiate offer a whole year before they're done with high school. Chesley Langston already has a state championship under her belt. This year, she came into the semifinals and ended up coming very, very close to being in another state championship game. She's a leader. She plays in the post. She continues to lead as there's Hazelyn Murdoch, Heartland Richens, and so many more. I really think that she can get some solid offers considering some of the other amazing basketball talent that we've seen get offers. Gibson Walton, Reagan Sanderson, and a whole lot more. So Chesley Langston's got to be my pick as someone over at North Summit that I could see getting a collegiate offer this next year.
Well, I absolutely agree with you. Like you mentioned, they don't need to be a junior to be in this conversation. Yeah. And Chesley Langston, if we're being honest, is a bit of an anomaly. I mean, she's
unbelievable.
Not only an anomaly in this conversation because all 3 other picks were juniors, but Chesley Langston, along with the North Summit girls basketball team, is an anomaly. When you talk about high school athletics, the teams are usually led by seniors, usually led by kids who have years upon years of experience. Chesley Langston is an anomaly, as is North Summit. They lost their best player in Marcy Richens, or what we thought was their best player, after several injuries. And then all of these underclassmen step up. You mentioned 2 freshmen just in that one sentence alone. You talk about Hazelyn Murdoch and Heartland Richens. Chesley Langston is no different. She is a 10th grader battling with all of these other 2A schools who have probably several more juniors and seniors on their starting lineup, and she still was able to lead this team without Marcy Richens, without a whole lot of a senior core, and still lead them to a state semifinal. So this was a pretty easy pick for us when it comes to underclassmen at North Summit High School.
And when I think about how battle-tested this team is going to be, not next year, but the year after that.
My gosh.
Chesley's a senior, Hazelyn's a junior, Heartland is a junior. This team is going to be unstoppable, and I think a big part of that is going to be the leadership of Chesley Langston. So that's going to do it, I believe, here with our future collegiate athletes who we believe are going to be some of the athletes who get college offers next year as they become juniors, seniors, upperclassmen, and a whole lot more. Brigham Harris, Blake O'Rulian, thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.
Hi guys, I'm Janet the Dairy King. We're famous here for our ice cream. We have 84 different kinds of shapes. We also have some amazing food. So come and try our chicken strips, our fish and chips dinners, our burgers, our fries, our sweet potato fries. Oh my gosh, we've got so much. Once you go over to the Heber Valley Railroad and ride their train, then of course you have to come here and see all of our trains. Our family's serving your family since 1946. We hope to see you soon here at the Dairy King.
What's up, guys? Welcome back into the Scoreboard. I'm your host, Brigham Harris. Now, last segment, Blake and I got the chance to talk about 11th and even 10th graders that we are expecting to see in the college ranks here in just a couple of years. One of those players who also would not surprise us to be playing D1 soccer is Tanner Wagstaff. Let's send things over to Brent Martindale, who got to catch up with Tanner immediately after their senior night win.
Hey everybody, we are with Tanner Wagstaff, Wasatch High School boys soccer, a big win tonight over Springville 2-1. Tanner, great job. Thanks for joining us here. Let's talk a little bit, first meet you a little bit. Tell us just a little bit about you in 30 seconds and your experience here at Wasatch High School.
I mean, it was a big win tonight. We came out, we showed well. I've been playing here since I was a freshman, so we've kind of built this group, and so we're hoping to take it back to go back to state championship next year, or this year. And then they said they're going to keep building the legacy, so let's see if that happens.
State champions last year, and the idea of doing that again, obviously the team's looking really well. Tell us just a little bit, before we talk about the game tonight, tell us just a little bit about your last couple of weeks and if everybody's happy with the way things are going.
So last week we played Tuesday, and then we played tonight, and then the week before that we played Maple Mountain, and that was a tough loss. We lost 1-0 to a team we should have beat, and so it was tough. But we came out, we put in the work every week, every day, and so we came out and we had to win this game tonight we had to get a first round bye. So we got to win this one, and we got to win again on Tuesday, and we'll have a first round bye.
So let's talk about this game tonight. Springville not expected to be super good, but they came out and really gave you guys a tough game.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've won one game this year, and so I think we went in a little light. Yeah, maybe two. I don't know. We played them away. And when we played them away, I mean, it wasn't really even a game. The scoreline didn't show up. We beat them 2-0, but, I mean, I think they had one shot on goal the whole game. Right. I mean, we saw tonight, it was a completely different team. It looks like they figured out their stuff. Props to them and their coaching. I mean, they figured themselves out for sure.
So you got Hillcrest next week, and then, of course, things start really cooking. Tell us just a little bit about things you guys are doing with Coach Hendry, getting preparation for state tournament, not looking ahead of past Hillcrest, but things you guys are preparing to do.
Yeah, I mean, so we just got to work on the things that our style of play. So that's the best thing we got to do. There's definitely things that we need to fix. You saw that tonight. I mean, our first half was really good, and then we came out at the break, and we didn't play super hot out of the break. We were playing in our half the entire time where we should be playing in their half. And so that's the kind of team we are. We like to play in the opposing team's halves, and so that's what we got to do. We got to figure out how to be comfortable on the ball in the attacking third.
And yet, from the state tournament, you had to play last year, you had to play some really tough defense. And that seems to be, to me, tonight, what really won this game. Is defense something you guys are drilled with all the time?
For sure. I mean, every team wants to come out and beat us. We won state last year, so every team's coming out for us. It is tough because we are a young team. And so we got a lot of guys that don't have a ton of experience in the playoffs, but they're solid players. They come out and play every single day, and so I think that's all we got to do.
You have several seniors, obviously. Tell us a little bit about some of the younger guys on the team and the roles they play.
I mean, you saw tonight Jackson Hanley. He might not have scored, he might not have assisted the goals. He draws a lot of attention. He brings a lot of people to him. You'll oftentimes see him, he's in like a 3v1 a lot of the time. Okay. And so that's exactly what we got to do. We got to get him in attacking position, setting our team up for success. That's exactly what he does. Cannon Downey, he's a sophomore. He played almost the entire game. He plays outside back and center back. He's a solid player, really good with the ball at his feet, and he can play out of pressure. He's a great defender in the air.
Tanner Wagstaff, senior at Wasatch High School soccer. Tanner, congratulations on the win tonight, 2-1 over Springville. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Tanner, thank you so much. We appreciate the time and wish you the best of luck as the 5A boys soccer playoffs get ready to go. That'll do it for us here on the Scoreboard. If you'd like to tune in or you missed any of this, you can tune in on Park City TV every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes at 6 and again at 10 p.m. Or you can go to our website, thescoreboardnation.com. As always, follow us on Instagram at Scoreboard Nation. For Blake O'Rulian, Brent Martindale, I'm Brigham Harris. We will catch you on the next one.